Right, I don't know what happened, but Road to Vostok has just punched me in the face and I need to talk about it. Because I played this thing months ago and thought, yeah, whatever, bit shit, bandits are stupid, got lost on the motorway, turned it off, didn't think about it again. But I've seen a load of videos, so I came back to it this week. And mate, what the fuck? How is this the same demo? This game doesn't ease you in, it doesn't explain itself, it doesn't give a single toss about your feelings, it literally drops you into a forest with nothing and goes, go on then, see how long you last. And for the first time in years, I'm playing an FPS where I actually feel something. Not frustration, not meta chasing, actual fear, actual don't fuck this up, panic, because if you die, that's it. It's gone. Start again, sunshine. This demo should not be this intense. It shouldn't have me creeping around like a broke stalker cosplayer, terrified of a twig snapping, but here we are. If you've been bored out your skull with hardcore shooters, they're about as dangerous as a padded room, watch this. Because Road to Vostok is the first game in a long time that genuinely made me sit there and go, oh shit, I need to survive this. This is extraction that actually hurts. This is survival with real consequences. And this is Road to Vostok.
All I'm offering is the truth, nothing more.
So here's the thing about the demo, right? It's not just this little pretty forest walking sim people thought it was last year. It's changed. It's evolved and it's grown teeth. This thing has gone from a nice cozy wander through the woods to a full-on, almost survival experience where everything matters. Health matters, hydration matters, energy matters, your bloody mental health matters. I can't believe I'm saying that about a shooter, but this is the only game I've ever played where you genuinely have to choose snus to stop your character going fucking insane. Snus. A game where you can literally sit down, fish for a bit, or even play a harmonica to try and calm your nerves. That's how deep this game's going. And I felt it. I really did. I felt it hard when I got into Vostok. Pitch black, wind howling like it's trying to blow the world away. I heard voices in the background. I couldn't tell if they were bandits or ghosts. The creepy ambient music was hitting right when the gale kicked up. Jesus Christ, I felt my marbles slipping. The hairs on my neck were up the whole time. I actually made the character crack open a beer to calm down because I needed calming down. It worked. And that's how twisted this demo is, and that's the craziest part. This is only a fucking demo. Let's talk about the village, because this place is your first taste of how wrong this world feels. You spawn in with literally nothing, no gun, no knife, no bag, not even a crappy Makarov mag to pretend you're dangerous. You just appear in this empty village like you've walked in after everyone else ran away screaming. And that's the part nobody talks about. It's quiet. Too quiet. Even on the bright sunny day, there's this weird heaviness in the air. No NPCs wandering around, no friendlies, no civilians, just abandoned finished houses, loot on the table, bandits lurking on the outskirts, and you walking round like the last person on earth. And you're scavenging like a rat, stale water, an old tin of food, a single bullet someone left in a drawer. You're piecing it together, your survival from scraps, because there's nobody here to help you, nobody here at all. And what makes the place feel haunted, but not with ghosts, haunted with the question, where the fuck did everyone go? And then you find the trader, and even he feels weird. He's not friendly, he's not chatty, he's just there. A man behind a counter in a dead village who only wants to trade items like he's the last shopkeeper on earth. And he doesn't buy anything, he barters. Ammo for meds, meds for tools, tools for guns, guns for something you haven't even found yet. Everything you give him matters. Everything he gives you feels like a lifeline. And then there's the fishing. Why do you fish? Why the fuck would you fish in a game like this? Because sometimes it's the only way to get food without fighting, and sometimes it's the only way the game lets you breathe. And then sometimes it's just you and a rod and the realization that even the water feels lonely. And the bandits, they're not warm-ups. They're not here for practice. They're here to absolutely ruin your life, and they do. I died, and I died, and I died again. But every death teaches you the rule of this world, and none of those rules make you feel safe. The guns are uncooperative nightmares. The Makarov with no sights, it's like throwing insults at people. The AKS-74 kicks you like it hates you. Everything is loud, awkward, clumsy, like you're genuinely learning to shoot for the first time. But by the end of the village, somehow you get better. The fear turns into skill, and you're landing headshots with a pistol because the game has forced you to earn every inch of competence. And here's the part no one else expects. Your little stash house becomes your emotional support bunker. At first it's nothing, empty walls, dusty floors, barely a shelter, but the longer you survive, the more you start shaping it into your own little quiet fortress against the madness of the outside. You find cupboards, you bring them home. You find a table, that's now yours. Shelves from the trader, perfect. Display your ammo like currency in a dying world. You end up decorating this tiny little crack den like it's your apocalypse Airbnb. Carpets on the floor, boxes neatly stacked, ammo lined up like trophies, your meds organised like a pharmacy run by a man on the edge. And yet this whole time, there's a feeling in your gut. This is temporary. This house isn't safety, it's a pause. A breath before the storm. A fragile bubble of peace surrounded by forests full of bandits and empty roads full of corpses and mines. Because this is the only place that gives you a second chance. If you die anywhere outside Vostok, you wake up here. Gear gone, pride gone, but at least you're not wiped. But the moment you step outside, you know damn well you might never see this house again. And that feeling, that tightness in your chest, that's what pushes you into the crossing. Leaving the village, the whole vibe flips instantly. These transitional maps, the border zones, are pure dread. Forests, fields, abandoned checkpoints, long, lonely roads where the sunlight feels hostile. It doesn't matter if it's fog, blizzard, or a sunny postcard afternoon, there's always this sense that you're being watched. This is where the game gets serious. You're not in permadeath yet, but you're close enough to smell it. If you die here, you lose everything you're carrying and crawl back to your stash house with nothing but shame and a headache. And then you notice it. The sound, the low thump in the sky, the helicopter, this thing that circles the border like a vulture. You can see it drifting above the tree line, lazy as hell until it spots you. And if that spotlight catches you or it sees you just for a second, you're done. It sends guards, real guards, sprinting with your exact location like a nuclear alarm. So now you're trying to avoid guards in the distance, towers in the fields, bandits slipping through the trees, and a fucking helicopter in the sky, while also trying not to stand on a mine buried in the floor beneath you. It is intense as fuck. And then the minefield itself. The moment you see the warning signs, you know you've stepped into hell. Burned out cars, burned out tanks, craters, fragments of metal everywhere like confetti from the world's worst party. You start inching forward, checking every step, using wrecks as cover, ducking under drainage pipes, breathing like you're defusing a bomb with your lungs. Every twig snap makes you jump, every gust of wind feels like a threat, every silhouette on the horizon feels like it's tracking you. And then, like the game doesn't think it's enough, you realise the minefield has bandits and soldiers in it too. Towers, spotters, guys who can see you even before you know they exist. I've died here more times than I can count, to mines, to bullets, to everything. But every death taught me another rule of this nightmare. By the time I crawl through this absolute hell corridor, dragging myself behind the twisted wrecks, sliding through the mud culverts, timing my movements with the helicopter's rotation, I felt like I'd actually survived the war zone. And then when you come out on the other side, legs shaking, gear ruined, nerves shot, you step into Vostok, and the real nightmare begins. There's no big fanfare, no warning, no "Are you sure you want to enter permadeath?" pop-up. You just cross some invisible, miserable line in the dirt and the whole world changes. It hits you. Everything is darker, and I don't just mean it's nighttime. It's heavier, it's dead, and that's what really gets under your skin in Vostok. The city shouldn't feel like this. A place with this many checkpoints, this much military gear, this many barricades and compounds should be bursting with soldiers barking orders, civilians being marched around, patrols locking everything down. Life. Instead, there's nothing. No shouting, no cars, no families hiding behind the curtains, no chaos. Just the occasional soldier shuffling past like a ghost following orders from a commander who isn't alive anymore. This isn't "where's the loot?" This is "where the fuck is everyone?" Every checkpoint is set up for a population that isn't here. Every barricade is guarding streets no one walks. Every armory crate is stocked for a fight that clearly never happened, or happened too fast for anyone to survive it. It feels exactly like wandering into a dead village in Stalker, when the wind moves but nothing else does, or walking through that abandoned platform in Metro, where the silence is so heavy it feels radioactive. It's not what's here that scares you, it's what isn't. This whole place feels like the skeleton of something massive, a giant creature that died standing up, and now you're walking through its ribs, while vermin scurry around your boots. And the worst part? Your brain starts filling in these blanks. Because Vostok plays the same trick Stalker and Metro did brilliantly. The fear doesn't come from the enemies jumping out, it comes from the anticipation. Your imagination tormenting you with what might be waiting around the next corner. The city isn't empty, it's waiting, it's watching, it's breathing. And because it never tells you what happened here, your mind invents something worse. Every hallway looks like a setup, every stairwell feels like a trap, every echo becomes a threat that you can't name. This place doesn't just unsettle you, it studies you. And then the mechanics turn on you. You've got nothing left, no meds, no food, no hydration. Your mental state is slipping with every minute spent in the dark. When your character starts breathing heavily, or you don't know if it's him panicking or you. When the wind screams through the broken balconies in perfect time with the eerie music, you start wondering if the storm is reacting to you. When you hear the footsteps you can't place, you freeze. Not because you saw something, but because you didn't. And that is the genius of Vostok. The game doesn't scare you with monsters, it scares you with yourself. It puts you in an empty city and lets your imagination do the violence. And that's when it hit me that this isn't a game, this isn't a test. Vostok isn't designed to be fun. It's not content. It's a psychological squeeze chamber that the developer built to see how you react, how you handle the uncertainty, how greed pushes you deeper, how long you can hold your nerve, how you behave when Permadeath is watching every step. No objectives, no guidance, no mercy, just you and the consequences of your decision. So I'm sat here thinking, mate, am I actually going insane from a fucking demo? And yeah, I cracked open a beer in game just to calm down, and that actually worked. The game broke my nerves so hard I used alcohol as a coping mechanism for a character made of pixels. This isn't tension for tension's sake. This is survival horror without the monsters, just the environment, the sound, and the knowledge that if you die here, your entire save is deleted. No second chances, no stash houses, no nothing. Every footstep is a gamble. Every shadow feels alive. Every metal ping might be death. And then you turn a corner and you hear the rushing voices behind a wall. You've got no idea where they are, or what they're doing, or even if they know you're alive. And that's when Vostok finally tells the truth. This isn't a demo. This is an experience. And it's not here to entertain you. It's here to break you. And this is the part that really got me thinking. Why does Road to Vostok hit harder than any hardcore AAA shooter we've had in the last decade? Why does a one-man demo make me feel things that a full studio with 400 developers can't even fake? It's because this game doesn't bullshit you. There's no cinematic intro telling you you're the chosen operator from Task Force You're So Special. No overproduced animations, no AI teammate yelling, "Contact front!" like it's a Hollywood script. No season pass, no XP boosters, no fucking cosmetic shop waiting for you at the menu. Just you, the woods, the heartbeat, and the understanding that every step you could take could delete your entire playthrough. Now that's real tension, that's real consequence. Most modern shooters claim to be hardcore, but they're designed to be padded theme parks. You're not surviving, you're being guided. Every danger is curated. Every threat is scripted. Every failure is softened so you don't feel bad and uninstall. You die, respawn 10 meters back. You lose gear. Don't worry, here's an avalanche of loot to make you feel better. Even the games that pretend to be punishing still have that net tied around your waist, a checkpoint, a do-over, a mechanic that makes sure you stay comfortable. Shooter design today is built around frictionless engagement. Short loops, quick rewards, instant gratification, the dopamine hit. You're not being tested. You're being entertained, managed, handled, so to speak. Road to Vostok doesn't do any of that. It's the first shooter in years that I found says, no, if you screw up, you pay for it. If you die, that's your run. If you wander into danger like a moron, that's on you, mister. And suddenly you realise how soft everything else has become. And here is the thing with Road to Vostok, the fear you feel isn't accidental. It's engineered piece by piece through a set of mechanics that are brutally simple and brutally honest. There's not a crafting tree yet. There's no loot rarity colours. No treadmill to keep your dopamine spiking. Just objects that exist because the world needs them. Not because the game wants to reward you like some sort of slot machine. Guns aren't prizes. They're equipment abandoned in militarized cities that died standing up. You find stuff in checkpoints and armories because that's where army stuff should be. Ammo isn't balanced, so you stay in the fun zone. Sometimes you're drowning in it, and sometimes you're counting single rounds like the lottery tickets, but it's always your responsibility. Health isn't hide for 3 seconds and auto heal, you bleed. You treat wounds properly, and if you don't, you die. Sanity isn't a gimmick bar glowing red, it's subtle. It creeps in, your vision shakes, your aim trembles, your breathing turns panicked, and suddenly you don't know if your character is losing it or you. The stash house isn't some cute base building minigame, it's your actual soul, your progress, your comfort, your last known safe place in a world that hates you. And Permadeath, that's the glue. That's the spine of this whole experience. Every mechanic, every bullet, every footstep, every choice has weight. Because you know that one slip wipes your entire existence off the map. This is game design reduced to the bone. No padding, no invisible hand guiding you towards the fun. It's pure systems, pure consequence and pure survival. And it's the first shooter in over a decade that actually trusts the player to handle real danger. So yeah, that's Road to Vostok. Damn near broke me. A game that took everything I thought I knew about survival shooters and shoved me into a loop that I'm still sort of recovering from. Honestly, this one was tough, not just to talk about, but to play, to get the footage, to even get through Vostok without throwing my PC out the window. But that's why I need your help. If this video hit you, if you felt even 1% of what I felt making this, then please like it, comment on it, share it with someone who loves hard games. I want more people to see this, not for the views, but because games like this need a community behind them. This is made by one bloke in Finland. One man, and he's building something that I think deserves eyes on it. So tell me what you think. Have you played the demo? Did it break you too? Did you make it to Vostok and back? Or did the minefield slap you straight back into that stash house? Let me know in your comments. I want to hear your stories, your pain, your panic, your wins. And if you want to try it for yourself, the link to the demo is in the description. But please, just remember, it's not everyone's kind of game. It's not fast, it's not twitchy, it's not safe. It's tension, it's consequence, it's survival with teeth. This is the extraction that actually hurts. This is the loop that breaks you. And this is the road to Vostok. I'm Shiz. Take the red pill, people. Bye.